So putting your hands on the back, reach out, and what you're trying to do is lengthen out the area in your back, the sort of lower back area. You don't want your feet too far back. And then just press down into the top of the chair, scoop up your tummy, and just try and round your back. And then reach out. So we're doing what would be if you were on the floor. This is a cat stretch. And you're trying to engage your tummy, just curling your tailbone underneath you, trying to get a little bit of movement into your lower back. And then send your sit bones out behind you. So you're trying to get that sense that your sit bones are reaching back towards the wall behind you. And do about 3 more of those. So just curling. Let your head drop down between your hands and uncurling. And on the uncurling, just let your tummy soften a little bit. And then draw up your tummy again. Pull your tail between your legs. And just see if you can increase that curve so it comes up between your shoulders. You're going to be looking down at the floor. And then send your sit bones out. And this time, see if you can let your back hollow a little bit. Not collapse, but just slightly more into its natural curve. And do that one more time. Just rounding up. And reaching out. And just let your back hollow a little bit. Okay, so walk your feet in. And then you're going to turn your chair around so you're sitting on it. And I want you to take your ball, your red ball, if you've got one. If you haven't got a red ball, you just do it without. I'm going to actually put this sideways on so you can see what I'm doing. And you're going to start off just sitting, and we're going to mobilize the spine. So one thing that happens when your spine gets when your back gets very tired, you may have stopped rotating through your spine in certain places. That natural movement that has to happen for us to walk or to move our knees forward or to, just generally behave properly through our spine has locked somewhere. So within the realms of possibility, we're going to try and loosen up the various parts of our spine. So I want you to start, and I don't know what sort of chair you've got, but I want you to try and bring that ball as high up as possible. And you're going to wiggle yourself in until you can feel that you're actually pushing back against the ball. So you just got your tummy engaged, and I want you to put your hands on your thighs. Now, we're going to rotate. So if I demonstrate first, you want to be rotating and thinking that you're going to initiate that movement really high up in your spine. Okay? It's not the lower back. It's not necessarily the hips either. So try and breathe in as you push back into the ball and rotate so that you're looking over your shoulder. So you're looking towards the back of the room. And remember, your neck, your cervical spine is all part of this. And then bring yourself back to center. Remember, you're pushing into the ball. And as you breathe in, you are turning to the other side. You may find your body shifts a little bit. Just try and bring it back onto its axis. And bring yourself back. And we're just going to keep going like that. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now, as you keep doing this, the real important thing is that you keep the pressure back into the ball and you feel that you're rolling the ball and you're rolling around it. And you're adding that rotation into your neck and back. So breathe in, add the rotation as your head turns. And breathe out. And if you watch my hands, my one hand is sliding forward, my other hand is pulling back, just to help me think about that rotation. And back. So breathe in, keep pushing back into the ball, and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. And then bring yourself back to center. Okay, then take the ball and move it down so that it's going not on the bottom of the spine, but just into your waist area. And I want you now to draw your tummy back. So you feel as if you're kind of drawing out the pelvic floor a little bit, drawing your belly up and in towards your spine. And your spine is, once again, pressing gently against the ball. And this time, as you rotate, I want your knee, your opposite knee to go forward. So think of your knee pushing forward, your back pushing into the ball, and you rotating to look over your shoulder. And then breathe out back. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I want you to realize that this is part of your natural walking movement. As this hip goes back, that hip goes forward, you're pushing back and you're rotating to look over your shoulder. And then you bring yourself back. Okay, so let's go to the other side. As you push your knee forward, your other knee and hip go backwards, you're keeping pushing into the ball, and then back. Just very slowly and methodically rotate and bring it back. Don't go too quickly. Keep both sitting bones on the ball or on the chair if possible. Okay, so anyone who's done class with me before, using the gym ball, we've done this before, I want you to try and keep your hips grounded. And back, let's do one more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring yourself back to center. Right, final one. You're going to take the ball all the way down as low as you can bring it. Now, hopefully you've still got a bit of support for it at the bottom. If you haven't, don't worry. You know, if you've got a big gap at the bottom of your chair, just use it without the ball. But what I want you to feel is that you're not tucking your tail underneath you. You're sitting upright enough. You're pushing back against the ball. You're starting to push your knee forward and rotating. And then back to center. So you've got that sense of pushing backwards, breathing in, drawing your tummy towards the spine, breathing out back to center. Breathing in. Now think of your body upright, but not arching your back. And back. Breathe in, rotate. Breathe out, center. Breathe in, rotate. Start to push this knee further forward. And center. And once again, inhale. And exhale, bring yourself back to your central position. All right? And then take the ball back so that it's not quite on the ground. It's just a little bit off the bottom of the chair. And from here, I want you to just pull your tummy back towards your spine. So it's a feeling of drawing the navel back, scooping as if you're going to curl your tailbone underneath you. And I want you to curl your tailbone underneath you, but at the same time, I want your navel to pull backwards, so you're pushing back against the ball. And then uncurl, so you're sitting upright. All right, so the important thing about this is the feedback you're getting into the ball. You're really trying to squash it. Hold, pull in your tummy. Hold that position. And then gently uncurl. Okay, I want you to do 3 more. So you want that sense of scoop. And you'll find your bottom muscles, your glute muscles might just start to switch on. I want a deepening of your tummy. Your tummy's not popping out. And then release back slowly. Once again, scoop. And release back and relax. Okay? I'm going to turn my chair around so that it faces the front. We're going to put the ball on my feet. Once again, this is on the middle of the shoulders. Okay? And I want you to sit so you're actually sitting upright. Your sit bones down. And you're going to lift up one hand and just place it behind your head. And I want you to push your head back against your hand. Just that sense of that the other arm being really, really, really heavy. And then I want you to do a side bend as if this elbow is going up towards the ceiling. As you side bend, keep pulling your ribs in, keep pushing back into the ball till you feel a stretch in the side of your body. and then bring yourself back. Okay, so you're sitting upright, you've got your tummy engaged, and you're breathing in and opening that side. It's not a side bend where you move the ball. It's a really long opening of this side. So you're actually gapping the vertebra on that side. You're lifting up and gapping your vertebra. And then bring yourself back. Let's do that once again. So it's up and a slight over. You've got to pull the tummy in. And then back and return. Let your arm hang. Bring your other hand behind your head. So as you lift the elbow, lengthen through the side of your body, push back into the ball and breathe in. And breathe out and bring yourself back. 3 more. Inhale. So you're barely moving. You're opening up that side. And breathe out, drop. Good. And again. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to do one more. And I'll show you how you can actually add to that exercise. If you're feeling all right, is to reach your arm up and really stretch it. Really, really, really stretch it. At the same time, sink your hip down and then bring your arm back down. Okay, from this position, once again, just curl your tail underneath you and release. And do that once again. Just curl the tailbone underneath you and release. And then keep the ball where it is. So remember, it's quite high. Pop your hands in the Cossack position. And then breathe in and rotate your body around. And this time you're pushing the ball to one side. See if you can move around the ball. And then bring yourself back. Okay, remember your nose is in line with your wrists as you rotate. And back to center. Now also keep pushing into the ball. Okay, so breathing in and pushing into the ball. Roll your body around the ball. And then bring yourself back to center. And as you breathe in, rotate and roll your body around the ball. And back to center. And just release your arms. Now, as I say, everybody's body is different. And everyone's chair is different as well. But I'm going to put it this way around. And to start off with, I'm just going to put my leg on it. So if you imagine you're in an office or you're on holiday or somewhere and you don't have anything except a chair, this is what you want to do. You want to just lift up your leg high enough so it's below hip level. And then I want you to take a crease from the hip. So you're going to crease forward until you feel a stretch in your hamstring. Okay, in the back of your leg. Be careful you're not doing this. So you just hold. Now this hamstring, these muscles, attach deep into your pelvis and attach to the fibers of your lower back. If your hamstrings get very tight, so can your back. And then bring yourself up. We're just going to do 3 of those. Forward, like a bow. Stop if you're getting pain. Please hold, draw up your tummy. You may want to only go to there. You may want to go a little bit lower. Try and keep your other leg straight. And then bring yourself up. So the moment you start to round your back and drop your head, you're going to lose the stretch. Okay, so keep your head lifted and your chest lifted. Perfect. And then bring yourself back. And then we're going to swap legs. So you put the other foot on. It's long and slow. Every stretch you do has to be really long and slow because it takes an inordinate length of time to stretch a muscle. We're just scratching the surface here, really. And then you bring yourself up. So you're creasing from the hip, leaning forward, and then bringing yourself back up again. Let's do that one more time. So a flat back lean. Now you want to feel that your sit bone is sort of sticking out backwards, as if your femur, your thigh bone, is drawing back into the hip socket. And then bring yourself back. All right, give your legs a little bit of shake out. Now, I don't know if everybody's got a cushion on their stool, but you may want to pad it out a little bit. I'm going to show you a stretch. We've done this on the floor, we've also done it on, on balls, we've done it all over the place. We're going to do what I call the pigeon stretch. So you're going to sort of maneuver yourself so you can get your leg onto the chair like that, okay? So if you've got a really high chair, it's sometimes easier. So hold on to the back of your chair, your chair back. Just bend the knee you're standing on, and then drop down so that your knee and your hip are more or less the same height. Okay? And then lean forward. So hold on tight, just lean forward until you feel a stretch in your hip, in your glute. And I want you to hold that, just breathe. All right, and then bring yourself up. Okay, let's do that again. So leaning forward, bring your chest forward, let your knee open. So if you're uncomfortable through your knee, you might need to pad that out. Just hold that stretch. See if you can maybe get a little bit lower and bring it up. Other side. So knee problems, anyone with knee issues might want to miss it out. And there are other ways of stretching your glutes. Right, so square yourself up again, other leg. And then bend the back knee, drop down so your knee and your hip are in line, and lean forward. And then bring yourself back. And I just want to point out that tension in your hips, in your glutes, tightness in your glutes, is once again a major contributor to getting pain in your lower back. Because your glutes aren't functioning properly. They're actually, probably gone into a bit of hypertrophy. They're probably overworking. They might be underworking. But all the same, if you can stretch them out, you could release your back quite significantly. And then bring yourself back. To have. So I want you to pop your knees on the ball like that. Lie down. Okay. So starting off, you're just going to tilt your pelvis. Draw your lower back into the floor. And then untilt. Okay, so exactly what we did when we were on the chair. So once you're down, take a little check of your body first of all. Feel how your pelvis feels, feel how your back feels. Does it feel stiff? Does it feel uncomfortable? Just give in to the floor. And then once again, engage the tummy. So think of your pelvic floor lifting, your navel drawing towards your spine, your navel scooping up underneath your rib cage, just dragging your lower back down into the floor, and then slowly uncurl until your tailbone is dropped onto the mat. All right, let's do 3 of these. So this is being initiated by your abdominals, not your legs, not your glutes. You're just going to try and get that movement into your lumbar spine. And then release out. Okay, so scoop the tummy in. Now hold that position, guys, just hold. Now I want you to gently start squeezing on the ball. Think of that squeeze on the ball, firing up your adductors, your inner leg muscles. Feel that you're tightening right up to the top of your inner legs, dragging that tension all the way up into your hips, and then release out. And I want you to let your tailbone drop, and I want you to release completely. So breath in, exhale, draw the navel back and up. Just tilt the pelvis, hold, add the squeeze on the ball, and now automatically your gluteal, your bottom muscles should start working. Keep that squeeze on the ball and squeeze the ball until your hips start to roll up off the ground. So your bottom's just coming up off the ground. Hold, breathe in, keep the squeeze into your ball with your inner thighs, And then start to melt your spine down from the top, through the middle. Remember, you're keeping your tailbone off the ground for as long as possible. And then uncurl at the end and allow your tail to drop. So you're opening up that little gap again and release the tension on the ball. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of those. Scooping the tummy first, drawing the ribs down, squeezing the ball, rolling the hips up. Keep the squeeze on the ball and the knees pushing away from you. Don't come too high. Think of your glutes working and then relaxing your spine into the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Lengthen it out, uncurl your tail, and remember to relax your legs and your tummy. Okay, one last one. So draw your tummy button down, squeeze the ball, roll your hips up, hold. Now hold that position, and I want you just to let your bra strap line drop a little bit back of your shoulders and push your knees away, and you're going to give 20 quite quick pulses on the ball. So if you haven't got a ball, just squeeze your legs towards each other. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll your spine all the way down and lengthen down until you can release your tailbone out. All right? Okay, everybody, take the ball out. Place it under your pelvis now. Now, you can take quite a lot of the air out if you wish. I've got mine about 2/3 full. If you've got back problems, if you really don't want quite so much air in, then let even more of it out. So slide it in under your pelvis so that you've got your bottom resting on the ball with your tailbone hanging over one side and your waist isn't on anything. Your waist is up in the air. Take your arms a little bit further away from you than normal. Okay? And I want you to look at the hand closest to the screen and then roll the ball away from the screen. So you're rolling the ball, you're rolling your hips, you're rolling your ribs away from the screen. You're keeping your knees facing forward, your knees are not going with you. And you'll feel your ribs, your outside ribs move away from the screen and you're almost in a little side bending position. And then roll the ball back to center. Turn your head to the other side. Push the ball towards the screen. Turn your head away from the screen and back to center. Okay, now stop there. While you're doing this, just lift your head and look at your hip bones. You don't want one hip bone to tilt up or down. You want to imagine you've got a cup of coffee balanced just between your hip bones. And when you push your hips to one side, they stay at the same level. And then you bring them back. Okay, so let's do that again. Push the hips away from the screen. Let your head turn to look to the hand closest to the screen. Breathe into the ribs the furthest away from the screen. Breathe out, bring yourself back to center. And then roll the ball towards the screen. Turn your head to the hand furthest from the screen. Keep your hips from dipping. I can already feel my hip dipping on that side. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Good, let's do 2 more of those. So you're breathing in. We're trying to keep the same plane through our hips. And back to center. Good, last one. Inhale into the ribs. And exhale, bring yourself back to center. Okay, so just center yourselves now. Bring your arms down by your sides. And as you curl your tailbone underneath you this time, allow your lower back to feel as if it's going to drop towards the floor. So just don't work too hard, just feel as if you're tilting and you're closing the gap behind the back of your pelvis. And then we're going to go in the other direction. We're going to allow the tail to hang over the edge of the ball. Your back is beautifully supported by the ball, hopefully, your lower back. Just don't come off the ball, just let it hang. And then feel as if you're going to engage your tummy to tilt the pelvis, and once again, feel your tailbone come up in the air a little bit. Okay, let's do that again. It's exactly what we did on the chair. We're just going to do that, allowing a little bit of an arch in our back, which is supported by the ball. And then breathe out and feel that tailbone curling underneath us. Pull the tummy down, feel as if you're going to pop the ball. And then bring your back to center. Okay? Now, I want you to engage your tummy and really pull the tummy down so that you feel the back of the pelvis press into the ball. Your back is not arching, you're pulling your ribs down. And I want you to even, just maybe look at your ribs for a sec. Breathe out, see if you can pull them into your body a little bit more. Lengthen out the back of your neck so you're looking forward, and then just press into the ball and see if you can fold up one leg. All right? We've worked our deep, 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 deep tummy and our deep back stabilizers. So we're going to breathe in again. Breathe out, press down into the ball with the back of the pelvis, and with no effort, lower your foot back down onto the ground. Okay? So breathe out once again, fold up the other leg, really push your tailbone and your pelvis into the ball, and then with no effort, just float your leg back down again. Let's do two more. So breathing out, the biggest effort is the breath. Push down into the ball, fold up one leg. Breathe in, push down into the ball, and lower that leg down. Really activate your lower abs. Last one, breathe out, fold the other leg. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, pull down, and lower the foot all the way down. Okay? Now, from this position, you're going to lift up your leg closest to the screen. You're going to hold behind the back of your leg and pull that leg in towards you until you feel your lower back dropping down towards the floor. Okay, you want a little bit of stability there. Make sure you don't fall off the ball. Straighten your other leg, keeping your heel on the floor if possible. And just draw your knee in a little bit closer. Wiggle your leg that's stretched out. If your foot's sort of flown up off the floor, bend your knee a little bit. Keep your foot on the floor. Take a wide and deep breath in. As you breathe out, try and relax your long leg a little bit more. Try and get that bend out of the knee. Try and feel your leg falling out of its hip socket. Hold, and then drag the leg back and swap over. Take your other leg in your hand, draw it in towards you, into that sort of crease of the hip. Your lower back will drop towards the floor. Slide out your other leg. Feel any differences. Does the thigh feel tighter? Draw the leg in as much as you can. A long breath in through your nose. Breathe out, bring the leg closer to you as you squeeze the air out. Try and relax your leg. You may be holding a little bit of tension. Try and release it. And then swap legs. Drag your leg back. You're going to do one more on either side. So lift up the leg. First pull it in towards you. Then slide your other leg along the floor, trying to completely relax it. You're trying to let the hip release and your leg feel as if it's dropping out of the socket. Draw your leg in towards you. If you can hold both hands behind your leg, even better. Now really focus on relaxing that lengthened leg. Heavier, 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 heavier. It's dropped out another millimeter, let's say. Lose all the tension. And then swap over. Bring your other knee in towards you. Slide the other leg out. Draw it in. Hold it. Take a breath. Breathe out. Try and let your long leg maybe get a little bit longer, a little bit heavier. The tummy's engaged. And then bring your leg back. Well done. Take the ball out from behind your back, your pelvis. Just let your back drop down into the mat again. Don't do anything. Just see if it feels any different. Just hold it there. Right, now take your ball and place it back between your knees this time. All right, so any ball will do. You know, you don't have to have a very soft ball, but any ball, a football or anything like that will do. You don't want anything too tiny. You can have a ball that's like a little beach ball would do. Bring your arms down to your sides for this one. Just lift your hips up. Now, if your back's so tight that your hips won't come up very far, just bring them up as far as they can. And everybody else, if you're finding it easy to bring your hips up now, just reach out with your knees. Now, think of your knees slightly narrower than normal, pushing forward on either side of that ball, and, you know, not rolling out to the side. Really lengthen out your thighs and get your glutes to switch on. Don't crunch them on, but just feel as you push away, your hamstrings are engaging and your bum is engaging. And then just relax your upper back a little bit. Right, from here, I want your left knee to start pushing forward on that side of the ball. So you're pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Your left hip's going to stay up. And your right hip might drop back a tiny bit, not too low. And then push that right knee forward so the right hip comes up to meet the left hip. All right? Now, push the left knee forward. It's rolling on the ball. It's pushing, 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 pushing. Your other hip is going to drop just a tiny bit, not a lot. And back to center. Keep going. Other side, you're trying to keep the height through the hip. You're reaching forward and center. Imagine you've got a light on your kneecap and you're shining that light. You want to really push that light forward towards the wall in front of you. Really work to open out your hips. Okay, 2 more. Reach. Allow the opposite hip to dip a little bit more now. And then push to bring it back. The important part is that when you push your knee forward, you don't drop that hip. You keep it as high as you can manage. Bring yourself back to center and slowly roll your spine down. Take the ball out for a minute, just put it on one side. Walk your feet out until they are as wide as your mat. Take your arms out into a T position. Just going to do a simple movement to start with. Okay, so if you want to watch, first of all, I'm just going to let my knees rock over. I'm just letting them flop out to the side, and then I'm bringing them back to center, and then I'm letting them flop out to the other side. Okay, so we can all do that. So, and then we're going to add to that. So if you watch me for a second, you're going to roll your knees to one side. This is the next step. Roll the knees to the one side. Then you're going to sweep your arm down. So this is the arm furthest away from the screen. I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to roll and draw a circle over my head. Roll back, and as I roll back, my knees are coming back to center. Okay? So don't have your feet too close together. Have them nice and wide, not too close to your bottom. And let's just start off with the arms in a T position and just rolling the knees, first of all, towards the screen. Don't do anything with your arms yet. Just let them flop towards the screen and turn your head to the opposite side to the direction your knees are going in. And then roll your knees back to center. And as you inhale, turn your knees to the other side. Open up the hips. Use a bit of tummy, please, guys. Don't let it all just go soft and floppy. Okay, so roll your knees back to center. Right, knees are coming towards the screen now, and as they come towards the screen, start circling the arm away from the screen, the furthest one away, past your hip bone, past your other hand, over your head, all the way back, and roll your knees back to center. Okay, let's do the same thing on that same side. So you're rolling the knees to the side. The arm is circling down, not waiting. You're circling the arm down past your knees, past your hand, past your head, rolling your shoulders back, and bringing your knees back to the central position. Okay, I'm going to do the other side now. So our knees are going away from the screen. You're going to circle the arm down. You'll be able to see me from the back if you need to. Circle the arm down, around, back, over, roll your knees back, and center yourself. Okay, so legs first. Let your knees roll out. Start turning your head at this point. Breathe in, circle your arm down. Now reach out through that hand. Really reach away from you. Roll back. Ribs first, lower back, hips, legs. And then bring yourself back to center. Just take a hold of your legs. Draw your knees in towards you. Hold that position. Squeeze your back into the floor. And we're going to place one ankle above the other. So I've got my ankle furthest away from the screen, on top. I want my knees to come in towards me. I'm going to link my hands together, place them behind my head, and I'm keeping my head on my hands on the floor. Right, so my knees are quite close to me. I'm going to try and activate my deep tummy muscles. And what I'm going to do is a reverse curl. So using the very deepest tummy muscles, I want you to try and curl your tailbone so it comes away from the floor. And then roll back. Okay, so that's the work. First of all, you've got to find this deep tummy. It may be very stiff, it may be very uncomfortable, but we've just got to try and make this work. So breathe out, scoop the tummy. See if you can pull your tummy tight enough so you just get your lower coccyx tailbone off the floor without your head coming up, your head staying down. And then roll your tailbone all the way down. Let's do two more. So breathe out, scoop the tummy in, try and roll. You're not just shoving your knees towards your nose. And then roll back. That slowly. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower down. So maybe we can try with the other leg on the top. Exhale, scoop. Roll your tailbone up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, roll your tailbone down. I'm just going to do one last one just to even things up a little bit. Breathe out, scoop. Get those tummy muscles working. Unlock the base of your spine. And lower your tailbone down onto the ground. And just bring your feet down onto the floor. All right. Then we're going to take the ball. We're going to come up into a seated position. First of all. All right. And I want you to put the ball just behind, well, it's sort of bottom of the shoulder blade area. For everyone, it's going to be a little bit different. But when you've got the ball propping you up, I want you to make sure your lower back can come towards the floor. So when you're sort of propped up so you can see between your knees. And then you're going to link your hands together and place them behind the back of your head. All right? So I'm using my tummy to keep my back on the floor and not there. As I say, if you have the ball too low, that's going to be hard. If it's too high, you're going to only be working the top of your spine. Right, so holding your head up, you're curved forward, you're looking forward between your knees. I want you to start to arch your back, and you're going to arch from the tail, up through the lower back, up through the upper back, and allow your head and your hands to go back a little bit. So you're feeling that lift through your ribs. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pull your tummy down. Try and pull your lower back towards the floor, then your middle back, and your upper back is pushing against the ball as it brings you forward into a curve. All right, so let's do that 3 times. Breathing in. Your back is starting to arch from the tail, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and the head is caught in the hands. Breathe out. Work from your lower back. Pull your tummy down. Pull your lower back into the floor. Push back into the ball so that you're coming forward. You've got a lot of weight pushing back into the ball, even though you curved forward. And again, inhale. Let your tummy relax a little bit at this point. Exhale, curl. Pull your lower ribs down. Forward. Inhale. And exhale forward. Great. Okay, now what I want you to do is just have a watch first before you do anything. I'm taking one hand, I'm going to place it approximately a foot away from my body. I'm going to roll back a little way. Now, once again, my back is starting to arch a little bit. I'm coming up as I did before, but this time you're pushing into the ball, you're lifting your elbow towards the ceiling, and you want to feel as if you're pushing the ball away from the screen and you're rotating. Now, you're not pulling your elbow towards your ear, you're lifting your elbow towards the ceiling and you're giving a little push with your hand, and then you're rolling back, breathing in, allowing the back to arch. Okay, so let's start again. So, go back first, normal arch, not too far. Start that curl back towards the floor, so you're pulling your tummy down, you're bringing your back towards the floor. Now think of your elbow going up to the ceiling as you track and your eyes are looking over your fingertips, giving a little push to take the ribs away from the screen. And then roll back. I'm doing it really slowly so you can see. So inhale, exhale, coming up and across. My elbow is lifting. And back. So choose your breathing. I quite like an inhale when I'm back. And exhale as I pull my lower back towards the floor and rotate. And an inhale as I go back. Okay. I'm going to turn around so that you can see the other side, and you're going to swap arms. All right. So, whoops. Hand behind your head. You can put your hand here as well, but I just keep it about a foot away from me. Breathe in and just allow your ribs to open. Breathing out. Lift your elbow and push the ball away from the screen as you rotate. Now my pelvis is staying heavy on the floor. And then inhale, roll back. Exhale, lift and rotate. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, lift and rotate. Now push the ball, push the ball, push the ball away from you. Try and breathe into the ribs on the outside. And inhale back. Last one. Exhale, rotate. And inhale back. Just take a hold of your other hand with the hand that's holding your head. Breathe in, let your back arch now. Now you can, if you've got the ball enough flexibility or you haven't got a lot of air in your ball, you can let your head drop to the floor or just hold it and stretch out one leg. I want that leg to feel really relaxed. Breathe in so you feel your back arch a little bit more and you feel your thigh kind of relaxing and releasing and your ribs lifting, your diaphragm being really compromised. And then breathe out. Curl your body forward. Right, breathe in. Think of your back arching. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And breathe out, just gently curl forward. We're just going to do 2 of those. You can go on doing that, for quite a long time. It's not going to hurt you. We're going to slide out the other leg now. Relax it. Feel if there's any difference. Breathe in. Try and relax the leg on the ground. Breathe out, engage your tummy. Still trying to bring your lower back towards the floor and start to curl forward. Good. And again, let your lower back arch. Let your leg feel relaxed. Breathe in, almost like you're breathing into the top of the leg. Breathe out, bring yourself forward. Okay, now see if you can do it with both legs. Get those legs to relax. Breathe in, let your ribs lift, your diaphragm lift. Don't do anything, just stay there, let your elbows drop out and breathe out. And again, inhale. Exhale. Now with the legs relaxed, breathe in, breathe out, pull your lower back towards the floor, feel the tummy working and start to curl forward. No gripping in the legs. And as you breathe in, allow your back to start arching and roll back. Once again, exhale, pull the ribs down, come up, relax your legs, and then lastly, just roll back and breathe out. Bend your knees. Just roll off the ball, take it out. Lay your back down on the floor to see whether there's any difference, it feels any different. Okay, so just let the weight drop down into your tail, into your ribs. You may notice your ribs have dropped a lot more. Your lower back has dropped a little bit more. Set your eyes forward to between your knees. And now we're going to do a roll up to our shoulders if we can. We're going to breathe out, engage the tummy, curl the tailbone underneath us with little effort. Don't overwork. Just push your knees forward and feel a difference in your back. Feel if you can feel any difference in your back. Breathe in then. As you breathe out, just melt your spine down again. So think bone, 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 bone. Just each bone dropping on its own. And lengthen out into your tail. Be very gentle. You're not trying to, be powerful. You're trying to be as soft as possible with your own body. Lengthening it out. Reach out through your thighs. And then on an inhale, reach your arms up and back. If you've got the reach, let them drop. If you haven't, bring them up to there. Take an extra breath in. And then do the same thing, just melt your spine down. You may want another breath in the middle so that you can breathe out for the rest of the way down. Uncurl, and then bring your arms to your sides. Do that one more time. So breathing out as you curl, reach out with your knees. Breathe in and bring your arms back. Breathe out and roll your spine down. So make the breath last the whole way down. Lengthen out through your tail. And bring your arms down to your sides. All right, just lift your knees. Go for a little squeeze into your legs. And then we're going to come onto our sides. Put the ball between your ankles. It feels nicer with the ball. You're going to lie down. If you can have your arms stretched out, that's fine. If you need a head cushion or your elbow to support you, just do that. All right? I'm going to put my head on my shoulder. And in my natural lying position, when I'm lying like this, I want to be off the greater trochanter. I don't want to be rolled back. I want to be off almost on the side of my thigh. And I want to, if I relax, what happens is my waist on the inside just drops straight down into the floor. We're going to just feel that bottom leg start to work a little bit. So lift the heel and press into the side of your foot. Then I'd like you to flex your top leg and really push away into the ball. So I want you to feel as if you're rolling that ball as far away from you as possible. So it's rolling over the top of your ankle bone. And then you're just going to let it drop back a little bit. Okay? So that's all we're going to do. We're going to engage the tummy so that we're not arching our back. And then just feel that ball roll away from you. Reach, 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 reach until you feel your thighs and your hips starting to lengthen a bit. And then just let it slide back a bit. Okay, it's very small. So what you're doing is you're pushing, you're lengthening through from the waist to the hip. Now turn that top flexed foot into a pointed foot. Keep reaching and let your hips slide back again. Okay, so once again, slide the hip forward. Really reach, really reach, really reach. The tummy's not working too much. You're just holding, you're in a point, a soft point in your foot, and you're letting the leg come back. It couldn't really be simpler. So don't think of, that this is very complicated, but you may feel some feedback in your hip as you do that, some sort of stretching in your thigh. And then bring that back. Okay, so now we're going to push the leg away. We're going to squeeze the ball, and we're going to do 10, squeezing from the bottom, squeezes up towards that bottom leg. So squeeze up, and squeeze up. And 4, and 5. Resist with the bottom leg. Try and keep the bottom leg as long as possible. Okay, let's do 3 more. Don't know how many we've done. 2, 1, and relax your leg down. Okay, roll yourself onto your side, prop yourself up. Final stretch. You're going to hold your foot. You're going to take your knee behind you if you can. Look down at your elbow, don't collapse through that side, and push your foot against your hand. So push until you feel a stretch in your thigh. Hold and release. Okay, one more. So take the leg slightly behind you, push, open the shoulder, look down, and really hold that for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, get ready to go on to the other side. So you're stretching your legs out. You're going to have the ball just one on top. Arms reaching away. Tummy working, bottom leg working. You're rolling slightly forward rather than back. Once we've relaxed, we'll be right down on our waist. As you reach with your sole of your foot away from you, you should feel a gap lifting underneath your waist as we lengthen out one side. And then let it drop back. So 3 with a flexed foot, reaching, hold, and release. And 2, reach, and release. And 1, and release. Change that to a pointed foot. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. You may find that stretching a little bit more in your quad. I don't know, it depends where you're tight. And release. 2 more. So reach it out, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. And release. Last one. Reach. Engage your tummy. Hold. Now squeeze the bottom leg up to the top leg and resist with the top leg. And lower. And you're doing 9. 8, do not let that top leg move. 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, keep reaching with the top leg, 1, and relax. Take the ball out, pop yourself up on your forearm, take your knee behind you, take a hold of your foot, let your knee come back, look down. You want your head sort of turned away from where you're stretching. Take your knee away from the other knee and push into your hand. But please don't pull your heel into your bottom. You're actually pushing your foot into your hand, opening your shoulder, squeezing your butt if you can, and hold and release. Okay, do that one more time. So you're gliding your leg back, opening your shoulder, pushing, squeeze your bottom, and then let your knee come back. All right, just give everything a little bit of a shake out. Finishing off, just come onto your hands and knees. And once again, mobilize your spine. Just curl your tailbone underneath you and do a cat. And then reach out with your tail and let your back hollow. So if you can do it really softly and gently so that you are using as little effort as you possibly can. You're just drawing up your tummy and then letting your back hollow, letting it go soft. No need for big, strong exercises. Just see if your spine will move. Press, be gentle with it. And uncurl and reach out with your tail. Put your hands a little bit further forward. Stretch your sit bones back behind you. Reach out, give your hips a bit of a wiggle. And then bring yourself forward. Let's do that once again. So your back's flat. You're trying to crease out, crease in the hip. Just reaching, wiggling. Stretch the fascia in your lower back. And then bring yourself gently back to the position where you can tuck your toes underneath you. Drop your heels down. And roll your spine all the way up.